Well, that's why I hate fucking organizations like sanctioning bodies and shit because they don't stick to their fucking rules. Because look, how long has Stevenson had WBC?
Oh my god.
How long?
You know how long he avoided Albert?
Yeah.
3 fucking
No, and
years.
then how long does he avoided Crusher too?
Yeah, COVID.
It's like that's why Crusher was.
Dude, I was watching the fight the other
Crusher,
day.
I'm like, he was basically undisputed because fucking this guy was not gonna get fighting.
I was watching this fight with Battle Jack like the last three, four rounds.
Whack, dude. And he's not gonna like defend the belt. You know?
Dude, just fix that however you want.
So, as long as you have it close to you, like it's check 1, 2, 1, 2.
You're looking at the fight again?
Mic 1.
I can't hear myself.
Wait,
I can barely
Kind of
hear
hear myself.
I can barely hear you.
Barely. Hey now. What's the respect on my volume?
I can hear the.
let's see. Can you guys hear me? 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright, you okay?
What are you playing? Oh, this one.
What's going on?
Turn it
You
on.
wanna double check?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello? Like that.
Hello. I'm not.
Cancel.
Obviously, Rondo was in his ear, but right there. The first contact was Chris Paul.
Welcome to another week here at Against the Ropes. I am Giovanni Garcia. I am alongside Christian Rodriguez and Christian Mosqueda. What's up, guys?
What's up?
How we doing today?
Doing good. So that was little bits of what the Lakers scope.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you guys if you caught the fight last Saturday.
I just saw it afterwards.
It was on ESPN. Lakers and Rockets. Rondo versus Chris Paul.
Yeah, I saw little bits of it.
Rondo has a good hook, huh?
Is that a sky hook or a hook?
Hey, he connected, man. He was fairly accurate.
What do you think
punch.
about Brandon Ingram's long jab? You saw the jab?
Yeah, he could be a good cruiserweight, man. Yeah, he has good reach.
Yeah,
What's that one Street Fighter character?
I saw the pictures.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yep.
That's Brandon
the guy with the
Ingram.
stretchy arms. Yeah,
with the stretchy arm,
Okay.
or the Fantastic Four arm.
They were comparing him to him.
No, I'm just saying, just in general, because that fight jab just came like stretching out of nowhere. But the thing what I'm surprised about that is the fact that these guys got suspended a little bit, dude.
That's what I was about to mention.
Rondo should have been easily suspended 10 games.
No, that was a win-win situation, dude.
It was.
You get to punch the dude in the face and get a 4-game rest, pretty much.
Yeah. But they don't get paid, though. But it was good for NBA because I haven't seen a fight in a long time.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
The only credible fight that I can recall was when Carmelo was with the Knicks and he fought somebody. I think he was going to fight Nate Robinson, but then he gave a cheap shot. But the biggest one was always the Pistons versus Pacers. That Ron Artest fight, that was the biggest fight I ever seen in NBA. But since then, it's been regulated by David Stern and then Adam Silver. But it was nice seeing a fight without watching boxing, right?
Yeah, this weekend you guys were texting back and forth on the group message about the fight on the Zone.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, why aren't you guys talking about this Laker fight, dude?
And I didn't even know anything about it until I saw my phone. I'm like, wait, what?
I'm like, dude, this was the fight of the night.
Yeah, and it was.
But why did it start? Did you see the clips?
Well, I saw that Brandon Ingram pushed James Harden.
Did you see the play right before that?
I didn't saw that. Was it because Chris Paul was doing something?
So James Harden was driving to the hoop, and of course he flopped onto Ingram, and he scored the basket and the foul. Right, so at that point Ingram he had enough. He just pushed him out the way, and then I don't know what happened between Rondo and Chris Paul. He allegedly spit on him, but yeah, but it was all because of Harden's flopping ways. Pretty much it.
Yeah, and I mentioned, and I don't want to get carried away, but I'm just saying the Lakers, before the season started, I was talking to my friends about what's my opinion. JaVale McGee, Lance Stevens, Beasley, Rondo. We're not going to get pushed anymore, dude. Like, you come in that lane.
What'd you say on the group message? No more cute shit in this house?
Yeah, no more cute shit in this house, dude. Yeah, that's what, hopefully that was a message. and hopefully they win today against the Nuggets.
Yeah, you know, Chris Paul and Harden are known for doing that, dude. They'll initiate the contact and then they'll get the call. And, I mean, finally somebody did something about it.
Yeah.
You know, we never want to advocate violence, but we are boxing fans.
When I saw that left hook connected,
oh, that shit was beautiful.
I was just thinking about the years that we should have had Chris Paul with the Lakers. Like, yeah, get that, because you should have not been with the Clippers.
You know, I was impressed because normally in these fights, like, they don't really throw punches to begin with.
Nah.
And second, they don't throw punches like that, dude.
No.
That was a clean left hook.
That was a clean one.
And Chris Paul actually responded with an uppercut. He didn't. I don't think he connected.
A little bit.
He didn't connect, but
but he would have looked
it was
soft.
still a good punch.
Yeah.
And then Ingram showed us that killer straight right.
Yeah, I like it. Anything else?
That's Rondo's left hook. What weight class would he be in?
Rondo. Well, he'll definitely have to go down in weight.
Yeah.
He's not gonna fight at 200 pounds.
How you know how much his weight is?
No, I think it's around 100.
Okay.
190 something. He'll probably fight at 170.
Yeah.
175.
Yeah, he's like 6'2".
He's got some reach too. 175.
I'm trying to compare him to a fighter right now. I can't.
Yeah, but that's the Lakers, man. They're what, 1-3?
1-3.
They'll
They'll
play
be
tonight.
2-3 after today.
We'll see what happens. That loss against San Antonio was a little tough. You know, LeBron at the end couldn't finish, but I mean they'll get better. And this suspension kind of sets them back a little bit, because I feel like they needed to work on the chemistry, rotation especially, right? And now with the two players suspended, kind of sets them back a little bit, but they'll be back like next week.
Yeah, you know, and speaking of setbacks and suspensions, in the world of boxing politics, usually everybody focuses on like what happens inside the ring with the fights, right? But even prior to that, you always have like the pre-games, right? So people interview these boxers leading up to the fight, then you get the press conference. But you also have to like understand like why certain fighters fight this fighter, or why certain fighters are in this network, or why certain fighters are avoiding this fighter. And it has nothing to do with that fighter not trying to fight the other one. It has to do with literally boxing politics in general.
Yeah, and we'll get into all that stuff. I just want to introduce our special guest. We do have a special guest today.
Yes, we have a special guest.
We brought in a boxing expert to help us out.
She is the founder of Xicana Boxing, Ulloa. Ulloa, they said that right? Okay. So we're gonna start with asking you a couple of questions, Lily. So my first is, what got you into boxing?
Well, I used to live in Mexico. Like, I was born in Mexico, and
What part?
I'm Nayarit, Mexico. And we didn't have cable or anything. Teníamos una antena, like.
So you used to fight?
No, I mean I did, but not like that young. My dad, we used to love boxing. Every Saturday they would have like Box Azteca and just other boxing events in Mexico. So I grew up watching like El Maromero.
Maromero.
I was already, you know, I was too young, but I remember my dad loved him. And then obviously like El Travieso Arce, we obviously Oscar de la Hoya, Los Morales, Barrera, but I didn't know a lot about boxing worldwide. Like the only ones I knew while I was in Mexico was Pacquiao, obviously, Mayweather, obviously, and Cotto. I didn't know any boxing history. I just knew the Mexican champions or the Mexican relevant boxers at the time and these big names. So just my dad got me into boxing. And when we came here in 2001, I learned about all the weight classes, all the, you know, like all the different champions, all the different belts, all this stuff. Like I didn't know that things like that existed. So that's how I was exposed to like worldwide boxing.
And who was your favorite growing up? You mentioned all these names, but who's the one guy you always
Terrible Morales is always going to be my favorite. And then Juan Manuel Marquez.
Okay. It's funny that you mentioned Maromero fights, because that's the first fighter that I remember seeing as well. And it has to do with his theatrics inside and outside of the ring.
The way he would like go into the ring. He went in a wedding dress once.
Yeah.
He's freaking crazy, but he would also do like Broner style like things in the ring. Like he would like not hump his opponents, but he would like taunt them like that, you know, like do like sexual type of things. Yeah, you know, like he would do certain things to them. So
he would do like the little dances too, right?
Yeah, and then he would like, if they would like kneel down, he'd like grab their head and like put it in his weenie. Like I don't know if you guys remember that, but I would always, I don't know, probably shouldn't have been watching that at like 4 or 5 years old, but it stuck with me. So I loved him. And his son lives in Fresno, actually. It's weird. I think he also lives in Fresno, which is weird.
That's funny because I remember that flat top, but then he had like that party in the back.
Yeah, he had like a little rat tail going on.
Yeah.
He was pretty. I loved him.
No, yeah, he's like the Nassim Hamed, like
of
Mexican.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
I remember that guy.
Yeah. You remember any fights or anything?
Nassim?
Mm-hmm.
He was a good fighter.
The Barrera fight. Do you remember that one?
That one was.
That goes all back to like promoting yourself outside the ring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
His ring entrances were pretty wild too.
Mm-hmm. Nassim's or
Nassim's.
Okay, yeah.
And Nassim was on that Aladdin stuff.
That's